What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Bush's Brewhouse. The light is blinking red on our beer maker, and our app is telling us it is time to pitch yeast and press button. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Some of the supplies we're going to need are steam hops, if they come, which that's all we have for Squeaky Kolsch. Let's just say steam hops on there. You might also need dry hops at this point if your recipe calls for it. Ours doesn't. You're going to need your alcohol pads because you don't want to expose your brew to anything bad at this point. And you're going to need your yeast. First things first, let's get over there and wash our hands. So the first thing we're going to want to do is remove the squeeze bar, and that's going to allow our liquid to flow and the grains to stay up top for composting, feeding the chickens, disposal, whatever you want to do. I won't tell anybody. So let's open the door. Take the lid all the way off. We're going to actually use this as a tray later to carry some of our messy stuff. So here's that squeeze bar that we put in. It connects here and here. If you press in slightly and up on one corner, that'll be pretty easy. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Nope, I'm gonna put you all down. Alrighty, so we're gonna press in and up. All right, I'll take you back with me. So here it is, it just comes right off. We'll see some gunk floating around. The vibratory motor in a few steps from now will take care of a lot of that. So we'll just put our squeeze bar to the side. Then we're gonna open the top, and we'll get to that in a second. So let's go ahead and now that we've got clean hands, we will open up our basket. So I like to open it pretty slow because it might have gotten a nice vacuum seal at this point. Have you heard that air release? Let's bring you over so you can see what it looks like. So we opened our 3 latches. There we are. Put you guys back down. So I'm going to grab our lid from before. It's going to be a nice tray. Got our handles here. Open this up. Gonna let that residual liquid drip out. Once we've dripped that out, we'll just use our tray to transfer this with no spilling. Alright, so what we're going to do now is just kind of cut open all these packs. The beer maker kit came with these alcohol pads. They want you to wipe everything down because this is the only step in the process where you have your system wide open. So we're going to wipe off our scissors, and they also suggest in their videos that you wipe the bags where you're going to cut them. So we're going to cut them right here, so we're going to wipe them. Cut this one here, and we'll just put them all so the top that we're cutting is over there. Alright, so those are all wiped off. Our scissors are clean. And just to show you what we're dealing with, so those are our hops and our yeast. We're going to dump it in over here. And so we want to make sure that we have enough water that the water comes right up to the bottom of the heating element. So that's where our water is. It's a little hard to see. They say if your water is not at a high enough, and that's why we let our mash drain for so long to get that excess water out. If you don't have enough water, you have to boil about a cup of water, pour it in here, and then press the brew bag to make liquid come out the top so that the water will mix with your extra hot if you need to. But if your water is right up to the bottom of the lines already, then you're fine. So we'll put you all back up here. We're gonna just double alcohol wipe our stuff just to make sure. and we'll get to pitching. So here we go. They said just pour it right on the liquid. There's our yeast going in. And once we press the button later, the machine will disperse everything as needed. Go ahead and send our hops in. Little hop pellets. We're doing a Northern Brewer and Tettnang. Give them a whiff. Those are our hop pellets. I'm going to go ahead and shut this. Again, the machine will disperse everything as needed. Give it a little press. And they also say that during this process, you're actually allowed to open it as much as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and grab that lid and be right back. All right, so we went and got the lid back on there. Everything's all set. Oh, just kidding. So we found a little leak here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to tighten that further and see if we can avert that. Just found that with y'all in real time. It doesn't look like it was leaking prior to right now. A little bit of moisture here as well. That could have just been from opening it right now. But this is definitely a little leak. But the leak aside, after you get everything all set, you close it back up, put your lid on. You can open it as much as you want during the fermentation, watch the bubbling, the action going on, whatever. But you'll go ahead and you'll close it, press, hit done in your app, press that, it'll turn white. You're good to go. 4 to 6 days, you'll have a fermented, uncarbonated beer, and that's when we'll go ahead and we'll do the next video. I might do one in between now and then, just kind of see the action going on inside. As the yeast eats those sugars and turns it into alcohol, but for the time being, we're all done. I'm just gonna retighten this and try to avoid any more leakage, and yeah, cheers, thanks again. See you next time. So I couldn't leave y'all hanging like that. I went ahead and I just tightened it a bit further, which I'm surprised because I tightened it, I thought so tight I might have broken it the first time, because that's what they really stressed in the instructions, is to excessively tighten it, but I guess it wasn't tight enough, so I just went ahead and gave it another little, maybe a 16th or 12th of a turn. That seemed to do the trick. No more dripping as we saw a moment ago. So let's go ahead and we'll shut that, making sure those hinges engage. Let's get our app out. So it says pitch your yeast, click for instructions. We'll click on the instructions. We already did all these steps. All right, just says close your beer maker back up, press the button to start fermentation. Oh, pardon my hand. From flashing red to solid white. Let's see if the status has changed in our app. How quickly they communicate. Yep, that fast. So it tells us right here, pitch yeast and press button, and it says completed on 10/8/20 at 7:21 p.m. Pardon the backup phone cracks, the proper phone's filming. Yeah, we're off to the races. See everybody in 4 to 6 days. Cheers.